Consider this situation. Player A runs around a certain area trying to find a scan location for his elite clue, and even after a few rounds, he still can't find a location. Just when he's out of run energy and is starting to get annoyed, he spots the location in that tiny obscure corner that he somehow managed to miss. Does this sound familiar? If only there was a step-by-step approach that allows you to consistently cover all locations in an efficient manner. And there is. So today, I'll be showing you a Menaphos scan guide so that you will never miss a single location on Menaphos again. First, we need a map. So I went ahead and collected screenshots of all possible scan locations in Menaphos and pieced together this map. This is so that we can get a map that is as precise and as drawn to scale as possible, because sometimes it's that one square that we didn't walk that caused us to miss the scan. After the map, we need a route. And of course, we need you. I'll explain what all the symbols means, but first, for this route, I suggest that you have fairy rings unlocked. If not, you can still use this guide, but it will take a little longer. The first symbol is you and your meerkats, and I highly recommend using meerkats for all scans because they increase your scan range by 5. And the scan range in this guide are based on what you will get when you have them summoned. This brings us to our scan range. I always thought that the scan range was a circle until I actually tested them and it turned out to be a square. Since we are talking about scan range, it is important to bring up the pulsing ring mechanic, because in the actual game you won't be able to see your scan range beyond the red box, and you will have to pay attention to the pulsing rings. I've previously covered this mechanic in another tips and tricks video, which I will link in the description, but I'll briefly cover them here again because it's so important for scan clues. Basically, there are 3 levels of pulsing rings around your character when you have a scan clue open. The lowest level is what we call single ping, and it means that the location is more than double your scan range away. In this case, it is outside the yellow squares. The second level is what we call the double ping, and it sounds like this. When you hear this, it means that the location is less than 2 but more than 1 scan range away. And in this case, you get double ping when the clue is inside the yellow box but outside the red box. And lastly, the triple ping, which sounds like this. You get this when the clue is within your scan range and you will be able to see the location flashing on your map. Okay, let's get back to the map. The next few symbols are very intuitive, just your start point and scan route. The situational scan route in green means that you only scan those when you have a double ping. And don't worry if it's confusing now because it will make sense later when we animate the character. And lastly, the shifting tomb shortcut, which are located in all 4 districts in Menaphos. What it does is that it takes you to all 4 districts in Menaphos instantly, and all you have to do is right click the shifting tomb to use the shortcut. This is the most important part of the Menaphos scan, as it turns an otherwise super annoying step to a very fast one. Okay, let's get to the fun part. I will show you step by step how you will cover all locations in Menaphos when you follow this route. First, you start at Menaphos lodestone. And of course, throughout the scan, you look out for triple ping, and if you are lucky, your location could be at the first 2 spots right at the lodestone. If not, run to the Imperial Shifting Tomb shortcut, and as you are running, you will scan the 3rd location. If it is not there, use the shortcut to the Worker District. Here, you will scan another 5 more locations. And if the location is still not showing up, use the shortcut again to the Merchant District. Here, you will scan another 4 more locations. And at this point, you will have covered more than half of the locations already. If the location is still not found, take the shortcut again to Ports District, where you will scan another 3 locations. If instead of triple ping, you get double ping, it means that the location is within the yellow box, and you have to move a little to find them. So from here, move west first to get the west location before checking east. If you still have not found the location, which you usually would have by now, use the fairy ring to teleport west of Imperial District to scan another 2 locations. And finally, complete the route by following the blue path. Actually, for this last location, you would have already covered it when you were at the worker district. And there you go! You got all the locations covered in only a few minutes. At this point, you may be wondering, surely I don't have to cover all locations just to find a single spot, right? And you're absolutely right. Most of the time, you'll be able to eliminate areas or even know the exact location if you pay attention to the pulsing ring mechanic. For example, if you begin at a lodestone with a single ping, and it double pings midway but returns to single ping when you reach the Imperial District, you can roll out pods. There are many other situations, and we may revisit these scenario-based scans in a future video. For this guide, we have mostly only made use of a triple ping scan range, because I want to make this an easy step-by-step guide for anyone to follow. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you like this type of videos, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. This video took a really long time to make, but if it's helpful to you, it's totally worth it. And one fun fact before we go, do you know that the Menaphos scan is a replacement for the White Wolf Mountain scan that came with the Clue Scroll Overhaul update? Personally, on release, I wish that they didn't do that, but after learning how the scan works, I actually like it more than the White Wolf Mountain scans. How about you? Which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my daily clue opening videos. Happy clue hunting!